In today's video, I want to give you guys a brief update on Boundary, which has been a little bit of an uncertainty in terms of when it's going to come out, but we got some clarity on that. On top of that, the PlayStation blog has also got an update on the PlayStation 5 exclusive in Returnal. And want to give you guys a heads up that the Little Nightmares 2 demo is now available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. We'll talk that in just a second. But first of all, Boundary launches this summer for the PlayStation 4 and PC, later for other platforms as well. I would imagine that it's going to hit all major platforms. I think this is a game that definitely could use a bit of a PlayStation 5 upgrade, as it does look quite technically impressive. We'll see how it runs on the PlayStation 4. Like the idea of this game, if you guys are not aware of it, it's set in an alternate near-future timeline where the Space Force is more than a Netflix TV show. Boundary explores a space combat like never before, taking the best of first-person shooter mechanics, adding in zero-G movement, surgical scalpels, create a new visceral experience for fans of competitive shooters. Battle over the remains of space stations or solar arrays on maps that literally defy gravity. Noted to be a completely new take on the competitive first-person shooter, an extremely flexible customization system, a sprawling collection of open-air, gravity-defying maps, and world-class visuals built on Unreal Engine 4. So this has been announced for quite a while. We weren't exactly sure what the state of it was at this point, but now knowing that it will be coming out later in the summer, at least we have a bit of clarity as far as that's concerned. Unfortunately, whenever I get a release window like that, like a seasonal release window, now I take it with a very, very big grain of salt, just because anything can happen. Everything's in flux right now, and if you need to delay a game a few weeks before you officially announce a release date and push it into the following season, not gonna be the end of the world, but probably will be coming out in 2021, and hopefully sees a PlayStation 5 release very quickly thereafter on top of it. Also want to give you guys a heads up that there is a lengthy post over at the PlayStation blog done by creative director at Housemarque, Harry Kruger, and it gives you a lot of information about the game, variety of weapons in the game, weapon enhancement, alternative fire modes, and you get an idea on images, visuals, all that good stuff. It was noted the game features a number of base weapons that are augmented as you play. There's the living Spitmaw blaster weapon that starts as a shotgun archetype, and as you progress, you'll unlock and add on various weapon traits, each providing a unique gameplay modifier to the base weapon's abilities. These weapon traits are custom tailored for each gun type, so your blaster might gain exploding shells or generate acid pools upon impact. They noted captured on PlayStation 5, all of that stuff. Risk and reward, the loot that you're going to find on the world. There's a lot of things that I am really excited about the game. However, there are a couple of things that concern me. I really hope that this is a game that can maintain a consistent 60 frames per second. I would honestly give up on the visuals a little bit just to maintain a 60 FPS consistent frame rate, just because this is the kind of game that really is going to need that. I think if you end up getting 30 FPS, it's just not going to be a quality experience. However, if you give me the option to play in 30 FPS or 60 FPS, give me that all day long. I'm taking that 60 FPS option to the bank. And I also do question how replayable this game is going to be. Housemarque titles, they are usually relatively replayable, but now you're jumping into the basis of a $70 game, so it'll be interesting how they can take that Housemarque brilliance that I know they have and then really accentuate it at a $70 price point, because now you're talking about paying a premier price point versus paying $15 for a game on the PlayStation Store back in 2009, 2012, whatever the case may be. But I think this game has a ton of potential, and the thing about it is Housemarque has wanted a spotlight to release a major AAA game. Well, now you have it. There's not any other major PlayStation 5 exclusives coming out. Destruction All-Stars is in February, but this is going to have the gaming world's attention come the month of March. This is going to be the major game, really thinking about it. What other major titles are coming out early this year that we know about for the month of March? I probably am totally forgetting something right now, but if you're talking about big budget exclusives that are always going to have an inherent level of interest, like look at a game like Days Gone. Like if Days Gone was just a multi-platform random title that came out, I don't think it would have the level of interest that it did, but it did really well from a commercial standpoint, and the game was just good. It wasn't great, it was just good, a decent game. Although, let me just say, much better on the PlayStation 5. That game is like completely different on the PlayStation 5. and on the Instant Game Collection, so give it a shot if you haven't. But yeah, they are going to have a lot of potential, and it's going to be something that can really elevate them to the next level if Returnal does deliver, if it ends up being a quality experience. And I do think Housemarque has all the talent in the world to deliver on that. It'll just be interesting, as I've said before, to realize the Housemarque vision in a $70 big budget title. Lastly, I do want to note that Little Nightmares 2 has a demo available right now for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Little Nightmares 2 Wilderness demo that first launched on PC back in December 2020 is now available for PS4, X1, Switch. And the Switch version is coming out in just a little bit, so do check that out. The game notes, return to a world full of charming horror in Little Nightmares 2, a suspense adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that has been distorted by the humming transmission of a distant tower. The demo will let you discover the wilderness and its bloodthirsty resident, the hunter, for a taste of the adventures awaiting you in the full game. Will you dare to face this collection of new Little Nightmares? Little Nightmares 1 came out back in, I want to say, 2016, and it was a game that actually curated quite a bit of buzz. I mean, a lot of people weren't like super buzzed about the game when it came out, but I feel like it got quite a bit of attention when people realized, oh, this is actually a pretty good puzzle platformer with a lot of horror elements, and it was quite an enjoyable game. It was received really, really well, all things considered, and now we have Little Nightmares 2. Glad to see games like this can be successful even if they didn't have the biggest marketing push in the world, and now we have a sequel on our hands, and I hope this one is pretty good as well. Go check out that demo. That's still something I do have to do, but pretty excited to check this one out. Just might be a little bit hard to get to it based on all the other stuff that is coming out in the near future, and really not just the stuff coming out, but you know, the backlog's huge right now, I think, for everyone that's buying games, especially on the PlayStation Store, if you bought a lot of games during this holiday sale or anything like that, and just existing titles and things of that nature. But Little Nightmares 2 is definitely something I want to get around to playing. But that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Boundary coming sometime in the summer of 2021. At this point, let's hope it doesn't get pushed back too far if it does. Returnal going to be a pretty major title on the PlayStation 5. Let's hope Housemarque can deliver on that. And go check out that Little Nightmares 2 demo. Think some of you guys might be surprised by it, especially if you didn't end up playing the first title. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.